up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Tell him run it up. No sleep. Might crash, might wreck. But first die. Stretch. Tell him run it up.
And then I'm like shaking. Yo, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for real. I'm excited, man. Oh my goodness. I'm excited. Okay. All right, so I gotta read this list of instructions, and then yeah, man. So I'm only gonna show you the process for this one because it's gonna be the same as the Patrick Clan one. So well, now you know. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys an example because I know there are a lot of people that are interested in doing this but don't necessarily have the money to do it. So just in case you do get the money, I wanted to show you what's going on. So basically they give you 6 swabs that you have to swab the inside of your cheek, and then they also give you a specimen information form that you have to fill out about where your mother's from, what country was she born in, stuff like that. Obviously I'm Haitian. You got to fill that out, and then on top of that they have an instruction kit right here that you have to read step by step, and you can't brush your teeth actually, and you can't use any alcohol in your mouth or mouthwash for 3 hours before. You got to do all that, and you got to put the swabs on a clean piece of paper and allow it to dry, and then you got to put it in the envelope, and then that's it. So I just wanted to give you guys an inside look on this whole process because I know a lot of people, including myself, was interested in looking for this type of video, but nobody was really making an in-depth video on the actual process of going through this company, and not 23andMe or any other company that actually sells your information. So that's it. I'm gonna take these little swabs and I'm gonna do it. It says that you have to put it on the side of your cheek for 20 times, so that's what I'm gonna do. It be that set. All right. So these are the little envelopes that you have to put inside. And I don't know why I'm so nervous, but I feel like I'm handling like a nuclear weapon or something. Like it's just mad stuff that you got to do. Like I'm just trying to calm down. But alright, so it says take each swab and place it. It says take each swab and place it in your mouth on your cheek approximately 20 times per cheek. So I'm gonna take the first one and I'm gonna go to the right cheek. 1, 2. So that's pretty much it. When I'm done, I'm gonna put it in the envelope, and so I will see you guys when it gets here in like 2 months. Oh, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. So anyway, man, I'll see you guys in 2 months.
2,000 years later.
Okay, so it's been well over 2 months. It's been actually 3 months. So there are some things that I would like to explain to you guys before we even get into the reveal. You guys know that I'm always honest with you, and for those of you that want to take this test, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So really, the only complaint I have with African Ancestry is this. So I got 2 tests that cost $600. I got the maternal, which was $300, and the Patrick Clan, which was $300. So I spent a total of $600, right? For me, knowing where I come from is something that is priceless. You know, that's something that you just can't put a price on. So for those of you that are gonna complain, saying that it's, you know, like a lot of money, for me, I spend probably $400 on snacks within 2 months. So one of my biggest complaints is that even since I know that it's COVID and we're dealing with some tough times, on their website they advertised that it would take 8 to 10 weeks. It took over 3 months. The second thing is that the customer service was really bad. I had to keep on contacting them, and you know, I just thought for $600 I would have got some more professional, you know, customer service and some urgency. Now, this isn't to bash African Ancestry. I tried my hardest to support a black company, you know, so I have the results. That's cool. That was just one little thing that got on my nerves that I feel that they could really improve on, is just the customer service, a little bit more transparency on their website. Another thing that got on my nerves was I had watched all of these videos of other people doing it, and they got their physical certificates sent in the mail, but apparently since May they now only do it digital, which is not a big deal. But for me, I wanted that whole African ancestry experience. I wanted to get my thing in the mail. I wanted to get my thing within 8 weeks. Those are just some of the only complaints I have. You know, like, I'm not saying that the whole company is bad. I understand that we're going through some difficult times right now, but for $600, the customer service needs to be way better. It was just unprofessional. It was a lot of loopholes. Also, they actually sent me my kit late, because on the website they advertised that they will send it to you, I believe, in 3 days. They sent it to me a week later, and I had to contact them and tell them, and they apologized for that. But it's just like, I was frustrated. They have to get their stuff together. Anyway, now is the time. Bon, kon yon ap wè ki zon nan Afrik fò mi msoti, ki bo nou soti nan Afrik. Sa se yon bagay, mes amis, debi lontan mde yon vi konen sa, oui, sa fe vraiment content. So, on ale.
Okay, so let's get into it, all right? And I'm gonna see my results in real time with you guys. So the first one that I'm gonna look at is on my dad's side. So my dad was born in Okap, Haiti. And so let's see where I am from on my paternal side. All right, boom. So let's see, man. The real time reveal. Welcome to the African Ancestry family. All right. It is with great pleasure that I report our patriclan analysis successfully identified your paternal genetic ancestry. By analyzing your Y chromosome DNA, we have determined that you share paternal ancestry with Fang people in Gabon today. Mizumi, wow. Below is a copy of your Y chromosome polymorphisms used in the analysis. You have inherited this segment of DNA through your father, and has been passed on consistently from your father and son over the last 500 to 2000 années, 2,000 years. Marker size, I don't really know what all of that mean, but our scientists compared your Y chromosome polymorphisms to those from people around the world and found a 100% match to samples from the Fang people in Gabon today. Wow, 100%. Whoa, wow. To samples of the Fang people in Gabon today. Your sequence similarity score of 100% reflects our level of confidence in the accuracy of your match. I told myself I wouldn't get emotional, man. Moreover, everyone in your family that descends from your paternal grandfather and his brothers share your Fang ancestry. Enclosed, you will find a certificate of ancestry that authenticates your paternal ancestry, a booklet to help you understand and share your results and information about joining the African Ancestry online community. Wow. That's crazy. The Fang people living in Gabon. So I'm going to look up some characteristics of the Fang people. If I'm not mistaken, Gabon is right by Congo, and I think it's under Equatorial Guinea. So hold on, let me check. Wow. Yo, this is crazy. Like, you don't understand how emotional this is, because Haitians were very proud people, but there would be no Haitians if there was no slavery. And so even though Creole is a mixture of African languages and French, we wouldn't have to speak Creole if we had our own language, or rather if we weren't enslaved. Yeah, so Gabon is right by Republic of Congo. Yeah, wow, mes amis. Family merci pour tout ancestor mwen ki te kembe tèt yo pendant nou te en slave. Pour tout ancestor mwen ki te fon bunda moun ki soti nan France, Angleterre. C'est pour tèt yo même m'kompe la devan jodi ya, paske si yo pat fon bunda fonse yo, mes amis, m'pat la jodi ya, men. Merci en pile, paske, wow, that's crazy. Yo, all right, so let me look up some characteristics of the Fang people. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, Fang people. The Fang people, also known as Fan or Pahon, if I said that right, are a Central African. So I'm Central African on my dad's side. Central African ethnic group found in Equatorial Guinea, Northern Gabon, and Southern Cameroon, representing about 85% of the total population of Equatorial Guinea, concentrated in Rio Muni, if I said that right. The Fang people are its largest ethnic group. The Fang people or Fang people, excuse me, parce que on connaît anglais pas premier langue moi, so I'm sorry, are also the largest ethnic group in Gabon, making up the population. In other countries, in the regions they live, they are one of the most significant and influential ethnic groups. Language. The Fang people speak the Fang language or Fang language. You see, now I have to learn that. So I speak Igbo. Of course, I speak Creole. I speak a little bit of Chinese. I've been learning Arabic. I understand a little bit of Yoruba. And so I gotta learn this language now. I have to honor my ancestors, also known as the Pahuan. And if I'm saying this wrong, please feel free to correct me because I've never heard of this before. The language is a Southern Bantu language belonging to the Niger-Congo family of languages. The Fang or Fang language is similar and intelligible with languages spoken by the Beti Pahuan peoples, namely the Beti people to the north and the Bulu people in central. Their largest presence is in the southern regions up to the Ogooué River, where anthropologists refer them as the Fang proper. Wow. Okay, so let's go look at the history. The Fang people, I gotta learn the language. The Fang people are relatively recent migrants into Equatorial Guinea, and many of them moved from central Cameroon in the 19th century. Early ethnologists conjectured them to be Nilotic people from Upper Nile area. Wow. So you mean to tell me my ancestors come from Egypt? Wow. I'm not gonna be one of these people that's like, oh, I knew I came from Egypt, but all I'm gonna say is last year I had a very profound astral projection experience in ancient Africa, and I met with one of my ancestors in Egypt, and the language he was speaking to me, I didn't understand it, but he spoke to me through a beam of light in his chest. So oh man. And you guys know I told you about this story several times last year. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. From Upper Nile area. A combination of evidence now places them to be of Bantu origins who began moving back into Africa around 7th or 8th century, possibly because of invasions from the north and the wars of West Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa. Their migration may be related to an attempt to escape the violence of slave raiding by the Hausa people. But this theory has not been contested. The Fang people were victims of the large transatlantic and trans-Saharan slave trade between the 16th and 19th century. They were stereotyped as cannibals by slave traders and missionaries, in part because human skulls and bones were found in open or wooden boxes near their villages, a claim used to justify violence against them and their enslavement. When their villages were raided by thousands of their wooden idols and villages were burnt by the slave raiders, later ethnologists who actually spent time with the Fang people later discovered that the Fang people were not cannibalistic. The human bones in the open and wooden boxes were of their ancestors and were Fang people's method of routine remembrance and religious reverence for their dead and loved ones. So I gotta look at the society. They have a patrilineal kinship of social structure. The villages have been traditionally linked through lineage. They are exogamous, particularly on the father's side. Polygamy was accepted in the culture of Fang people. That'll explain why I am naturally polygamous. The independence of, and not even in like a purely sexual way, but I've just always been able to connect with multiple women on a spiritual level beyond the physical. The independence of villages from each other is notable, and they are famed for their knowledge of animals, plants, and herbs. Wow, this is crazy. This is crazy because you guys know how big I am on the herbs. I have a full herb lecture on my channel. I'm very big into herbs. I've always loved herbs. I've always used herbs to heal myself. This is crazy. Yo, I wish every African of the diaspora watching this video right now to go take one of these tests and, you know, just find out where your characteristics come from. That's crazy. Like I'm like jumping all over the place because I'm happy. That's crazy. Okay. The knowledge of animals, plants, and herbs in the equatorial forest they live in. They are traditionally farmers and hunters, but became major cocoa farmers during the colonial era. Under French colonial rule, they converted to Christianity. No surprise there. However, after independence, their interest in their own traditional religion called Bière, also spelled Bieri, has returned, and many practice a syncretic ideas and rites. One of the syncretic traditions among the Fang people is called Bwiti, a monotheistic religion that celebrates Christian Easter, but over 4 days with group dancing, singing, and psychedelic drinks. The artworks of Fang people, particularly from wood, iron, are religiously famous. Their wooden masks and idol carvings are on display at numerous museums. Wow. Okay, guys, so that is on my dad's side, Fang or Fang people. I'm gonna learn more about them and figure out how to pronounce it. You know, like I'm very happy right now. Very happy, and wow, look, like it's just amazing. I'm thankful to just know what side or just what tribe I come from on my dad's side, and then I'm excited to know where I am now, you know, like on my mom's side. So that's amazing, and I really hope that you know, like anybody doing this finds healing. You know what I'm saying? Like I hope you find healing. Et puis, mwen ta envie wè tout moun ki sot nan Afrik pou yo gen anpil konfians, paske yo konen ki zon yo soti nan Afrik. Paske gen anpil Afriken ki jis Haiti, Dominican Republic, Brazil, et puis yo pa vle di ke yo sot nan Afrik. Men, bom di yon bagay, nou tout sot nan Afrik. Se Afriken nou ye. You feel me? So all right, yo, let's go look at my mom's side. Okay, family, so let's check out my mother's results. This one is the one I'm probably saying, I'm not gonna say I'm more excited for, but my mom has been bugging me like on EM, so I really want to see what my mother's results are, man. So I'm nervous, man. I'm a little nervous. Welcome to the African Ancestry family. Okay, let's see. Dear Dudley, it is with great pleasure that I report your matric clan test result. We have determined that you share maternal genetic ancestry with Mende people in Sierra Leone today. We compared parts of your maternally inherited DNA, mtDNA, to that of people from around the world to look for matches using the largest set of African mtDNA samples available today. We found identical 100% matches to 100% matches. Wow. Um, for you with the mtDNA of Mende people, this means that at some point in the 500 to 2,000 year old history of your maternal lineage, mother to mother to mother, there was a Mende woman. Our analysis focuses on the hyper-variable regions, which I know you guys don't really care about all that stuff, but wow. Wow. Everyone on your entire maternal lineage from the past and into the future is Mende. So we encourage you to share this information with everyone on your mother's side of the family, including your siblings, children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, your mother, her sisters and brothers, and your grandmother. Also, please be sure to join the African Ancestry online community. Wow. So I was completely wrong. I'm not Igbo. But it's okay, man. It's all good. And they will know, it's all good, man. Shouts out to all my Igbo people. Shouts out to all of my Africans born on the continent and all of my Africans of the diaspora. I think it's time. I think it's past due that we all come together, because we are one with different experiences and we need to understand each other's experiences. Okay. Wow. Mende people in Sierra Leone. Okay, so let me look up some of the characteristics, right? The Mende people are one of the two largest ethnic groups in Sierra Leone. Their neighbors, the Temne people, which I've heard of, have roughly the same population. The Mende and Temne each account for slightly more than 30% of the total population. The Mende are predominantly found in southern province and the eastern province, while the Temne are found primarily in the northern province and the western area, including the capital of Freetown. Some of the major cities with significant Mende populations include Bo, Kenema, Calahan, and Moyamba, if I pronounce those correctly. The Mende belong to a larger group of Mende peoples who live throughout West Africa. The Mende are mostly farmers and hunters. During the Civil War, the Civil Defense Force, a militia group was founded by Dr. Alpha, Lavelli, a Mende himself, to fight the rebels along with government troops. The forces included the groups drawn from all major ethnic groups in the country. Okay, so let me scroll down. I don't want to bore you guys. So I'm gonna look at the history. Wow, that looked just like my that looked just like my dad's mom, which is weird, but okay, let me scroll down to the history. Okay, history. Regional warfare throughout the 19th century led to the capture and sale of many Mende speakers into slavery. Most notable were those found aboard Amistad in 1839. They eventually won their freedom and were repatriated. This event involved 52 free Mende tribesmen stolen by Portuguese slavers in 1839, who were shipped via the Middle Passage to Havana, Cuba, where they were sold to Cuban sugar plantation owners Jose Ruiz and Pedro Montes. After working the plantation, they were placed on a schooner Amistad and shipped to another Cuban plantation. On the way, they escaped their bondage and were led in a rebellion by Sengbe. They told the crew to return them to Africa. Their efforts to return home were frustrated by the ship's remaining crew, who navigated up to the United States. The ship was intercepted off Long Island, New York, by a U.S. coastal brig. The Cubans, merchants Ruiz and Montes, denounced the Mende and asserted that they were their property. That is crazy. The NCN case heard in Hartford and New Haven, Connecticut, affirmed that the men were free and resulted in the return of 36 surviving Mende to their homes. Wow. So I have a lot to learn. I'm not trying to make this video too long, but I have a lot to learn. So in terms of tradition and culture, the Mende traditionally live in villages of 70 to 250 residents, which are situated from 1.5 to 5 kilometers apart. There is little or no mechanization over the greater part of rural Mende country. Mende farmers use hoes and machetes, but few other tools. So I have a lot to learn, man. A lot. What I'm gonna do before I let you guys is I'm just gonna Google some of the photos so I can see how my people look. Beautiful people. Beautiful people. It's crazy. And it just, it just goes to show, like, before we were Haitian, we were African. Before we were Jamaican, St. Lucian, even a lot of Cubans, Dominicans, we were African, because I'm looking at this woman and I feel like I've known her my whole life, because she looks like my family member. She really does. On my mom's father's side, she looks like a lot of my aunts. Wow. Dam sa semble ma tante mwen. Like, wow. So these are how the Mende people look. And if you are watching this video and you are Mende, I love you. If you are watching this video and you are not, African, that I still love you. But we have a lot of healing to do. That's for sure. And then last but not least, family, before I go, I'm gonna just take a look at the Fang people before I go. And they all shredded, man. They got 6-pack. It's crazy. Wow. Their hairstyles. Wow. Whew. All right, family. So this was the video. I found out Kotem Soti no Afrique, where I've come from in Africa, on my mom's side, on my dad's side, and I have a lot of work to do in terms of learning more about the cultures. It's very interesting how they got a 100% match. For a second, I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way, but I feared that it was gonna come back from France or Spain or something like that, Portuguese, because I've seen a lot of people their certificates come back and it's European and they looked very sad. For me, I'm not somebody that's oblivious to what was going on during slavery. I know that my ancestors got raped and all types of crazy stuff happened, and it is what it is what it is. That's something that I know, but I'm thankful that I I know who I am. Not saying I didn't know who I was before, but I just have another piece of the puzzle. And now I can research these different things, look at certain characteristics, and this has truly helped me become even more fulfilled. And ça c'est un bagay me senti ça fait que me senti bien parce que you just can't put a price on this, man. So I really encourage everybody that is African or of African descent to go get one of these tests. I know it's a bit pricey, but this has truly been a precious reward, and I'm very happy, man. So I send you guys love, I send you guys peace, healing, fulfillment, health, all the above. Et puis n'a pas l'habitat, to everybody that is watching this video that is Haitian, from Sali Nutut, I love you, and I will see you guys in the next video, man. We out.